What it do, good people? Before we get started, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you will get a notification when I post new videos. We have some new transcripts that was just released that was presented to the grand jury in the Nipsey Hussle murder. It gives us a little more insight into what led up to the time of Nipsey's death and what happened afterwards. LA police have said the motive for the shooting was personal dispute, but documents reveal more details about the words alleged to have been exchanged between Hussle and Holder. They include the first account from a woman Holder was dating who drove him to and from the strip mall and was offered immunity for her testimony. The woman who works as a caregiver and driver was not identified by name because of numerous credible threats to her safety. She said she and Holder met in February. When she and Holder first pulled up to the burger joint, she testified she spotted Hussle and got excited. She pulled into a parking lot and Holder walked over to Hussle's group. She wanted a photo with Hussle, so she also approached and said she heard Holder telling Hussle, "Cuz, have you ever snitched?" Now, it says she heard Holder, the killer, telling Nipsey, "Cuz, have you ever snitched?" I don't know if that's a misprint because I think it was Nipsey asking Holder, had he ever snitched? But that's how it's wrote up, so that's how I read it. So y'all can interpret it how you would like. Continuing on. She snagged a selfie with the rapper and went back to her car, where she uploaded it to her Facebook profile. Holder, meanwhile, picked up his fries and returned to the car. As she drove around the block, Holder pulled out a gun and started loading it. She testified. "You're not going to do a drive-by in my car," she recalled telling him. He put the gun away. She pulled over so he could eat, and a few minutes later he told her he'd be right back. Moments later she said that she heard 2 gunshots. People ran from the area. The woman said Holder returned angry and jumped back into her car. She testified when she asked what happened, he said to drive away or he would slap her. She dropped him off at his cousin's house, she said. Holder called her later asking if he could stay with her that night. The next day, she said, he asked for help securing a motel room. The prosecutor asked if it occurred to her that he was trying to hide out. No, she said. By then, she was seeing social media posts implicating him in the shooting. When she confronted him at the motel later, he started breathing harder, but stayed quiet, she said. He asked her to take him to get cigarettes and food from Jack in the Box. When she came home later that night, she saw her car and license plate on the news. She testified that she and her mother went to the police station early the next morning, telling the desk officer that her car was linked to a murder. "Don't listen to the news," a police officer said, according to her testimony, turning her away. She called the police later that morning and was told to return to the station. According to the transcripts, detectives interviewed her for 5 hours, during which she told them that before she heard the gunshots, Holder wanted to do a drive-by. She objected to using her car, and Holder told her to pull around back, she told detectives. The transcripts also include testimony from Herman Douglas, who worked for Hussle, and Carrie Lathan, who was wounded in the shooting. Douglas said he heard Hussle and Holder greet each other that afternoon. "Man, you know they got some paperwork on you," Hussle told Holder, according to Douglas. "Like you need to maybe take care of that." Douglas explained that to mean that there were rumors Holder had snitched on someone. Hussle was basically telling Guy, "You need to be careful," Douglas said. Douglas had gone inside to eat his lunch when he heard gunshots. When he got to the front door, Hussle was on the ground, Holder running, he said. He was still breathing, like biting his tongue a little bit. Then he was trying to fight it, trying to gain consciousness, and he was going out. He just kept fighting. Lathan, who testified in a wheelchair because of his injuries, also offered immunity to testify. Now, I don't know, man. I mean, reading that, the girlfriend's claiming she had no idea that he did that he committed the shooting. But, I mean, common sense says if this guy is loading a gun in your car, asking you to drive around a corner so y'all can do a drive-by, you said no. Y'all stop so he can eat. He gets out, walks around that same corner that he wanted you to drive to do a drive-by, and shoots, and you hear gunshots, and he come running back. Y'all take off. You find out Nipsey did. I mean, you would think you would be able to put 2 and 2 together if you're the female. So I don't know. I'm still kind of like in the middle along the lines of where she falls into play at. So I don't know. I don't see why they would offer her immunity, knowing that like they needed her for evidence or to testify. I mean, it was so many people out there. Everybody knew who he was. But that's where I'm at with it. I don't know where y'all at. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Until the next video, y'all stay safe and be blessed.